Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how I mix this track in Logic Pro 10. Now a lot of you guys have been asking for some Logic Pro 10 tutorials, so here is one. I'm going to be breaking down how I mix this track and how everything is organized. Let's play this track.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with cowards. I got them powers to get my dick wet, girl, like showers. Man might just bust in her face, then clean it up with the scours, bitch. I ain't buying you flowers, man's getting it cracking like tilted towers. I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with cowards. I got them powers to get my dick wet, girl, like showers. Man might just bust in her face, then clean it up with the scours, bitch. I ain't buying you flowers, man's getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more, can't settle for less. I ain't tryna bust convo with the frigid gold, I ain't showing up breasts. And yes, if we're talking my age and rap, then something like George, I am the best. I had a stressful.
Alright, that's all I'm going to play for now. So, how did I mix this track? Let me kind of show you. It's more like, this video is going to be like an overview, just showing you what is where and what is what and what happened, okay? So, when I've recorded this track, of course, I've recorded with a audio recording track up here. And then every time I finish recording each take, and then I'll bring it into its designated channel here. Okay, so I have the hook, the lead hook, and the hook, another one, because I don't like putting overlapping, in a sense, takes like this. I like to have it on a separate track, especially if it's on Logic Pro. Then I have the hook dubs. These are the hook dubs or stabs, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, the hook. Okay, and if you notice here, the hook has its own group, so lead hook group, okay? And after, if you see, I'll explain this bit afterwards, okay? So that's the hook, then the verse lead, the lead verse 1, lead verse 2, okay, like that. Stutter left, stutter right, these are for the effects, okay? Verse dubs 2, and ad-libs, and then ad-libs 2. So essentially all I did was duplicated each lead vox, in a sense. For example, lead vox, these are both lead vocals, but they're on different channels, okay? And then when it comes to the mixer itself, I group them so that way, for example, if I was to reduce the volume, so let me say if I was to reduce the volume, it reduces both of the volumes, okay? Just like that. Let me kind of go redo. Okay, just like that. Okay, so if I was to bring back the volume up to here, should be fine. Okay, so that's how everything is kind of done there. Okay, all of these, one from the hook here up onto this hook, up onto the ad-libs here, is routed into the Vox bus, okay? I created an auxiliary bus, and that's when the majority of the effects are actually occurring. So if I mute the beat for now and play you a bit of this verse or the song, we're gonna play it, and after I'll show you the effects there.
Flowers, man's getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more, can't settle for less. I ain't tryna bust convo with the frigid gold, I ain't showing up breasts. And yes, if we're talking my age and rap, then something like George, I am the best. I had a stressful year.
Alright, okay, so now I'm gonna play you guys the track with no effects enabled on the lead vocals and on the vocal bus itself. Okay, so this is how it sounds like. Okay.
That was bitch, I ain't buying you.
Let me mute the reverb and the delay.
That was bitch, I ain't buying you flowers, man's getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more, I can't settle for less. No way, I ain't tryna bust convo with the frigid gold, I ain't showing.
Alright, so now that you've heard how it sounds like with no effects enabled, I'm gonna re-enable them again and have to show you the contrasted effect.
That was.
Okay, so now that I've re-enabled all the effects, I'm gonna show you how it sounds like with the effects back on quickly.
That was bitch, I ain't buying you flowers, man's getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking.
Okay, so let's start off with the lead hook, okay? So the lead hook, essentially, I started off with the EQ like this, okay? After I added this EQ, this is just a simple EQ to kind of roll off the low end, so if you listen to it, so...
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with...
Okay, and then I also added a compressor, okay? So this is the EQ. You kind of see this EQ, I used the exact same EQ for across the whole vocals, okay? So I kind of duplicated it as I kind of went on, okay? Then this is the type of compressor I used for the lead hook. I think I even copied this type of compressor as well. So I just used the vintage FET and auto gain off, auto attack and release. Set the threshold ratio. Now when I press play, you're gonna see the amount of compression that's been taking place.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with cowards. I got them powers to get my dick wet, girl, like showers. Man might just bust in her face.
Okay, now if I go to the other EQ, other compressor, EQ and compressor settings for the lead verse, you'll see it's also similar. So this is the lead verse EQ. And then if I also go to the compressor for the lead verse as well.
I told this dumb
So if I play it where the verse comes in.
I can't lie, back then I was poor. But now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more. I can't settle for less.
Okay, so essentially what I did is the EQ and the compression, I kind of set the same EQ and compression for literally almost all of it, except from the stutter left and stutter right. For the stutter left and stutter right, I added this type of EQ here. So if I play it around here,
Flowers, man's getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor. But now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more.
so this bit here is where I did the EQ. I mean the stutter left and stutter right.
Getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor. But
And let me put this reverb and delay back on.
getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor. But now I'm out all out.
Just like that there. Then I sent the reverb itself, I sent it into an auxiliary bus or a send. So I created a reverb send and a delay send, and those are the type of effects that you kind of hear in the background, okay? So that's that there. If we look at the vocal dubs itself, the vocal dubs I always add Ozen Imager 2 as applied here. This is for the hook dubs itself. And then I also added and the gates. So for all the vocals as well, I added a gate and Ozen Imager 2 only for the vox dubs itself, okay? So this is the bit I was talking about before, where I was talking about the lead hook group itself. So essentially what you want to do to create a group, you just kind of select the thing there and you kind of press new group. So you select which one you have. For your own, it would probably be group 1 if you haven't used a group. But essentially using the groups allows you to kind of control multiple faders at the same time, as I explained before, okay? That's how I did it there. So I kind of duplicated everything there. And of course, when it came to, let's say, the verse itself, same ad-libs. It was different ad-libs here. This is the EQ for the ad-libs itself. So if I solo the ad-libs, part, and play it, then after you can hear it.
Y'all was. Bell. No way. Never that. Then something like.
Okay, so that's the ad-libs there. Okay, so you can kind of see down here, EQ. This is the EQ for the ad-libs itself, just like that typical type of ad-lib EQ. I think I use this time. I use this type of compressor.
Getting it cracking like tilted towers.
Wait for the ad-libs to come in.
Getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor. But now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking.
So you can see I used the harder compressor for the ad-libs itself. Then after that, I added an echo. I decided to add the delay itself, or the echo, onto the ad-libs itself. I like doing that for the ad-libs itself. It makes me have more control, I guess. And then I added Pancake 2, where it literally just pans left and right. Makes the ad-libs pan left and right, as you can see here, 1.5 bars, and put the mix value at 85%. Okay.
Getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor. But now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking.
Okay, that's what I did there. Then of course after that, you can see all the vocals, the main vocals, are routed into this Vox bus. Okay, it's routed into output as bus 1, and this input for this vocal bus here is bus 1. Hopefully you guys can see it. If it's too small, let me know. I'll make sure that I'll change the resolution next time so that you guys can see a bit more. Okay, then on the vocal bus, where the majority of the effects actually occurring, I began with a compressor. Okay, so let me kind of step by step play without the vocal bus, and then play with the vocal bus. Okay, so without the vocal bus.
Getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor. But now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more.
Let me play with the beat now. So I'll play it from the hook and start.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with cowards. I got them powers to get my dick wet down in showers. Man might just bust in her face again. Clean it up with the scours, bitch. I ain't buying you flowers, I'm getting it.
Okay, so the first thing I added is this compressor here, and this.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with cowards. I got them.
So this has a threshold of minus 34.5 decibels, ratio of 7:1, 7:1 compression. Okay, ratio. That's the ratio. Then makeup is 1.5. Auto gain off. I usually turn off the auto gain. I don't like it to be on because it doesn't give you control. Okay, so that's what I did for the vocal bus compressor there. This first compressor is more like to kind of set the tone and to get things, there. Then I added this de-esser here, just to de-ess the vocals a tad bit.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with.
So I compressed, then I de-essed, then I added this EQ here, and I'm not too sure exactly what I did here, but I guess I kind of just, what did I do? Okay, I've rolled off some of the low end here. I left the mids here, and I took down a bit of the shelf, the high gain here, and yeah, that's just about it. Yeah.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for
So those are the main stock plugins I used initially for the Vox bus itself. Then I decided to add this R compressor here. This R compressor done the majority of the compression for this vocal.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it.
Of course, the gain is kind of high as well, but I compressed it quite significantly. Attack is kind of fast, release is kind of medium. Let's listen.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with cowards. I got them powers to get my dick wet, girl, like showers. Man might just bust in her face again. Clean it up with the scours, bitch.
Okay, so that's that there. Then I added an F6 stereo dynamic floating point EQ from Waves. And this is how this is how it sounds like.
I told this dumb bitch that I just want yo it. I've been stuck in the booth for hours, had beef with cowards. I got them powers to get my dick wet, girl, like showers. Man might just bust in her face again.
Let's play it from here.
I ain't buying you flowers, I'm getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me.
Okay, so essentially what this EQ is doing is kind of tightening each frequency area and frequency band itself. So main thing I did is roll off the lower end, certain frequencies about here, kind of ducked them, attenuated them here, kind of boosted here to give some sweetness, but that's just about it with this EQ
I ain't buying you flowers, I'm getting it cracking like.
Okay, then I added a CLA 76, this compressor here. This kind of does, it's like a beefy compressor, and I really like the way that this kind of performs and functions. Kind of fast attack and fast release-ish. Not so fast, but then I put the ratio to 20, so kind of almost using this compressor to kind of using it as a solid compressor. So it's gluing everything down together basically. So this sounds like with it.
I ain't buying you flowers, I'm getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more, can't settle for less. I ain't tryna bust convo with a frigid gold, I ain't showing up breasts. And yes, if we're talking my age and rap, then something like George, I am the best. Yo, I had a stressful year, so you ain't.
Okay, then after that I added this this C4 multiband parametric processor, and this sounds like with it.
I ain't buying you flowers, I'm getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more, can't settle for less. I ain't tryna bust convo with a frigid gold, I ain't showing up breasts. And yes, if we're talking my age and rap, then something like George.
Okay, so this C4 essentially all it does is kind of it gives it more of a creamy type of flavor. What do I mean by that? It kind of softens the vocal high end itself, because when I added that compressor beforehand, it was giving it some harsh tonality type feeling to it. So this kind of just smoothed out the low end and the high end a bit as well. So that's what it did there. Then on the master itself, on the stereo, I added the SSL comp bus compressor. Then I added this L1 ultra maximizer as well. Okay, so yeah, my vocals are kind of feeding into this right now, so that's why I didn't take it off initially. But let me show you how it sounds like without both of them. So right now, without both of them.
I ain't buying you flowers, I'm getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking.
Now with both of them. So right, with both of them now.
I ain't buying you flowers, I'm getting it cracking like tilted towers. I can't lie, back then I was poor, but now I'm out all out attacking to get me cash, and that man's not lacking. I need me more, can't settle for less.
Okay, so that is essentially everything I added here. Of course, it wasn't like a crazy mix itself, but it's just more like an overview to show you how or what I would use in a typical Logic Pro file mix, etc. Yeah, I think with Logic Pro it's easy to add automation as well. I think it's very useful and it's clean. It's a clean process of mixing and mastering. So if you're just using FL Studio 20 and you have access to like a Mac or a MacBook or whatnot, get Logic Pro 10 and kind of practice mixing and mastering in it as well. So if you guys want more videos just like this, or if you want more in-depth videos, because I understand this one is more of like an overview, like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you want, and then of course I'll provide. Alright, so thank you for watching. Goodbye. Peace.